Jennifer Hindman is with us today. She is an RN with Erlanger Seniors Program, and we're going to talk about the early signs of dementia and Alzheimer's. And by the way, November is Alzheimer's Awareness Month. Welcome to our program.
Thank you.
Good to see you again. What's new in the fight? I guess it is a fight in a lot of sense in dementia and Alzheimer's.
I guess one of the biggest problems is the growing numbers of Alzheimer's. We were speaking earlier about the baby boomers. The baby boomers are aging, and because of that, we have more cases that we're having to treat and more difficult situations that are associated with it.
And the ultimate is not good news.
Well, if
Really?
we all had the chance to age, extensively, we would all probably have Alzheimer's at some point. And unfortunately, there's 7 stages of Alzheimer's.
7.
So it starts with some more early signs, and then as far as the late signs, you get into where more physical situations occur, and a patient may actually lose physical abilities, which create some chaos there at the end of life.
Now, isn't it normal, though, to forget some things sometimes, like maybe where you put your car keys or a bill you were going to pay or something? So how do you determine when the person may need some help?
Well, we all forget. We're all going to forget things at times, like you said, paying a bill, those kind of things, forgetting a name. But when you start forgetting things that should be more familiar to you, and the president and those kind of things, we get more concerned. Also, when your functions in life become actually altered and you're not being able to do the daily functions that you had previously been able to do, that's kind of when we start getting extremely concerned, and we have different approaches that we treat that with.
Yeah. Erlanger's offering a free screening, right? Memory screening, and this is tomorrow, starting at 8 a.m. to noon there at Erlanger East. What do you, or how do you test?
Oh, actually, this is just an initial screening. This isn't with the doctors. I'm actually performing these screenings, and we ask a series of questions in a certain order, and it kind of allows us to see, again, as far as the forgetfulness and the memory issues, if it's becoming a little more often or a little more severe, and that's when we start kind of identifying these types of memory issues to be addressed by doctors.
Does it help any if, when Pat Summit announced what she did, I mean, do more people then say, boy, I have a friend or a relative that may be in trouble?
It does. Kind of lets people know that it is very human, that anyone can be affected, and that is something about this disease, is that anybody can be, affected, and, it's not specific to a certain gender or a certain population, and it is easier to talk as we get more exposure on the media with it.
Yeah. And a minute ago when I said this is at the Erlanger East Campus from 8 until noon, people need to call, make a reservation too, don't they, or let them know that they're going to be there?
They do. Please do. You can call the 778 link, and that will allow you to get signed up, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, and there is a bunch of things that I've got a list here: inability to manage a budget, losing track of the date of the season, misplacing things, making bad decisions once in a while. But there's a long list that I guess you'll be giving people during this screening thing.
Yes, we'll talk about things that we need to be concerned about, things that cause dementia and Alzheimer type behaviors, and as Alzheimer's gets more severe, we start looking at personality changes, behavioral changes, as well as memory, because unfortunately it does affect us in many different ways.
Medications, little to no help, or do they?
There are some great medications out there for early stages, and as far as late stages, when you start seeing the behaviors, it's actually very important to address and see if medications can help.
Good. You'll find information about this event that takes place tomorrow at Erlanger East on our website. Also want to tell that there's still spots available through Children's Hospital Foundation for both the half and full marathons, which begin at 7:30. This will be held at the Chickamauga Battlefield this weekend. Fundraising positions as well. Races Saturday, November the 12th. Registration and pickup begins at about 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, 6 a.m. And there'll be a pasta dinner on Friday evening at LFO High School. The money raised through the event goes toward the renovation of inpatient rooms at Children's Hospital. For more information, you can contact 778-8057 for that, runformiracles.org. If you want to know more about the Alzheimer's and dementia screening, that number is 778-LINK. Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Pleasure to have you with us today. Instead of Mr. Food today, we're going to remind you again about the nationwide EAS test, which will be